Hello everybody, hope you're all creating the reality that you desire. Today we're going to have voting video number 65. It's going to be a short video. I wanted to cover Forrest Gump. The spelling of the word forest. I do not recall two R's. And here I'm going to show you some of the books where it's spelled with one R. And the famous quote is, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." So we have 209 books where the spelling of forest has one R and the famous quote has the word is. So please thumb this video up if you remember one R in forest, and thumb it down if you remember two. When I see forest spelled with two R's, it just looks odd. This is not a word I've ever seen before. I feel like so many of these other words that I look at and just feel that I've never seen them before. This is kind of a normal thing these days. I see a word and it's like, never seen that spelling of that word in my life, but yet that's what it's always been. So I remember one R in the word forest for Forrest Gump, famous movie from the early 90s. So please thumb this up if you recall like I do with one R, and thumb it down if you remember two R's in this reality where your consciousness has always resided, I guess, for some of you. But my consciousness has been elsewhere. I believe everyone's consciousness has been elsewhere, but for some reason some of us are becoming conscious of our shifts, our reality shifts. So we have conscious memories of other realities. Don't know why, but it's happening. It's not a thing that's just, oh, well, I don't really believe in the Mandela effect, or there's nothing to believe in, everybody. You're either experiencing or you're not. It's not something that someone can show you and go, oh yeah, I believe in that. You don't believe that forest was spelled with one R. You either have a memory of it being spelled that way, or you don't. It's not something you go, yeah, I can believe in that. I can believe Kit Kat had a dash. No, you can't believe it had a dash if you don't have a memory of that. I mean, I guess you could believe that other people have memories of it. You could see where this is possible, which I haven't come across many people that don't notice anything being different, but say, yeah, but I can see where this is possible and where you guys could be experiencing that. I don't think I've come across anybody. I mean, you'd think that someone who has studied quantum physics or someone who knows about dimensions and realities, someone who studied that thing, they would say, well, I'm not noticing any changes, but I could see where you might be experiencing this. So anyway, I just wanted to point out something here that I kind of take for granted maybe, that I know because I studied 2012. December 21st, 2012, read many books, did a lot of videos on the coming of the end of the Mayan calendar. And so I just wanted to point this out, and as we're experiencing this phenomenon known as the Mandela effect, I thought maybe it would be nice if you kept this in mind here, because I've known about these things for not a long time, but maybe 6 years or so. And maybe everyone hasn't heard about this. So this is an incredible time that we're going through right now, and it's no coincidence that we're having this phenomenon known as the Mandela effect. So ancient cultures have been calling for this time for major change on the planet, for this time, post-2012. So I just wanted to read this list real quick, and then I'll let y'all go. The Hopi called this time, they predicted that a 25-year period of purification followed by the end of the fourth world and the beginning of the fifth world. So we're in this time now. The Mayans call it the end days, or the end of time as we know it. So that's this transition that's happening. That's what the Mayans called it. The Maoris say that as the veils dissolve, there will be a merging of the physical and the spiritual worlds. The Zulu believe that the whole world will be turned upside down. The Hindus, the Kali Yuga, the end time of man, the coming of Kalki, the critical mass of enlightened ones. The Incas call it the age of meeting ourselves again. And I feel that that's a really big one. That's how I came across this little list here. I was searching for meeting ourselves again. I really think that that has a huge part with what's going on here. We're finding out who we are. We can actually shape the world that we want, and we can create the golden age here that the Tibetan talked about. We can create it now. We are powerful creators, and we're learning that through the Mandela effect. This is just an incredible experience that a lot of us are having. A lot of us are fearful in the beginning when we first start noticing our reality shifting, and I don't even know what to say to the people who don't notice anything. Just let them just let them be. There's a reason why they're not noticing anything and we are. I don't know what that reason is. I'm not saying that we're enlightened and they're not. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they can raise their frequency a little bit and start noticing some things. I don't know. I think they're just really connected in the matrix, and their TV programming is very firm. We seem to be more of enlightened people. I did that one video where, do you think 9/11 was an inside job? And man, it was like 100 to 1, maybe not, maybe 50 to 1 ratio of people saying, yeah, I mean, come on, that's obvious. It's people who have had an awakening going on seem to be the ones experiencing the Mandela effect. So anyway, the Aztecs call this the time of the sixth sun, time of transformation and creation of a new race. The Dogon say that the spaceship of the visitors, the Nomo, will return in the form of a blue star. The Cherokee, their ancient calendar, ends exactly at 2012, same as the Mayan calendar. The Tibetan, the Kalachakra teachings are prophecies left by Buddha predicting the coming of a golden age. And the ancient Egyptians, according to the Great Pyramid, the present time cycle ends in 2012. And this is just a small list. There's other cultures that aren't listed here. Ancient prophecies, Nostradamus, Edward Casey. There's a lot of other information that all pointed towards this time. This is a very incredible, important time to be alive. And I think that we all chose to be here now. And I'm excited to see, where this leads. And I think it's our responsibility to help people see what maybe they're not open to see, or I just feel like maybe we're here to help out in this time of transition, because I'm extremely affected. I have people telling me, well, you think you're special? You're not special. You're nobody, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think that's coming from inside of themselves. They don't want me to, and I'm not saying I'm special, but I mean, I have certain abilities that blow me away, okay? I say something and boom, happens right then. I'll have a premonition like, ooh, I think there's a cop car up here, better slow down. Boom, turn the corner, there's a police station. I'm in a city I've never been before, and of course there's lots of police cars coming up because there's a whole station there. I mean, I just have these premonitions and little psychic abilities that I don't want to say, oh, okay, what's going to happen? I'm not calling myself a psychic, but I have abilities that kind of blow my mind, and they're happening more and more frequently as I go on. My wife says that, I mention things and they happen, so be careful what I say. I'll say, look, the neighbors, look at how they're letting that overgrow the fence or whatever. And the next day it's all cut down. I mean, it just happens. I don't know. But anyway, please leave comments if you are having some psychic abilities. I think a lot of us have them, and some of us blow them off as coincidence. But anyhow, sorry for kind of taking this off on a tangent, but this really was about Forrest Gump. Thumb it up if you remember 1R. Thumb it down if you remember 2, if you're still with me. I'll talk to you all soon. When I have some time, I want to work on some other type of videos besides these voting videos. There's a lot more important things to cover, but people like these. I think they're kind of fun to do. And we can communicate down below. So that's it, everyone. Have a great day. I'll talk to you all soon.